In the past, a lot of time it was done by height. So, you know, if you were this tall, you would take a pair of skis, it would reach up to your wrist. So that is still somewhat being done. When you put your weight on one ski, you want to be able to compress the ski. And if you can't compress the ski, you're not going to be able to move forward from your stride from one ski to the next. So the most important factor when you're choosing a cross-country ski is choosing a ski that's right for your weight. And the best way to do that is to go into a shop that knows how to test skis properly. Now, whether you're buying a waxable or non-waxable ski, that's still quite important. So here we're going to take a waxable ski and test a skier or test a person on these skis just to see if they're the right weight range. And I'll demonstrate basically how to do that, and also how to choose whether the ski is going to have this right sort of flex rating on it. So here we have Alana standing on our skis, right on the balance point. Then for testing the skis, again, best thing to do is to take it to a shop that's professional with fitting and has a board that's designed for this, a flat board. You don't want to do this on a cement floor or your kitchen table, because cement floors aren't flat, and then neither is your kitchen table. Okay? So what we're going to do is we usually use, for cold snow conditions, about a 0.15 millimeter gauge. And so we're going to get Alana, or 0.15 centimeter gauge, and we're going to get Alana to stand on here. And basically we put this feeler gauge under the ski, and you're going to feel forward, you're going to go forward, and then you're going to go back. And you want to do that on both skis to make sure it's pretty even on both skis. Sometimes if it's a little bit different, you could have a couple different factors. You could have a discrepancy in ski flexes, but nowadays with the skis, they're computerized, tested before they're matched up. Most of the time, it could quite often be the skier is not standing correctly on the skis. You could have somebody with a leg length discrepancy. They could have a sore back, so they're not standing evenly. So the best thing to do there, what we do there, is we would switch the skis and see if that is consistent with what we found earlier. So in this case here, if you see here where our test lines here, it's about 30 centimeters in front of Alana's foot and to the back of the heel. So usually with the ski, if you divide the ski into 3 sections, you want about 1/3 of the ski off the snow. So if you look at the ski here, so these are the hash marks right here. So this is sort of the forward zone about where it should be for that ski to basically fit that skier well in a cold snow condition ski. So if we move it back, it's just about to the back of the heel, and if we go forward, you can see it's just barely into that zone. So this ski basically is not going to be quite stiff enough for Alana. So I'm going to grab another pair here that we're going to chuck on the board, and then we'll just give those a test as well. The ski same consistently on the back, and right about there. So right now we're kind of in the middle of the zone. So there's the back of the lines on the front, and there's the front of the line. So that's a pretty good range right there. So about 1/3 of the ski, which is about what we want for a classic cold temperature ski. Now the next thing we want to be able to test, so that's going to be the area where you're going to put your grip wax, and when your weight is evenly on both skis, you want that area off the snow or off the board. So that's where you're going to apply your grip or your sticky wax to help you move forward. Now the other key is, in order for you to be able to move forward, is you need to be able to compress the ski and push that wax down onto the snow to move forward. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the feeler gauge underneath basically the ball of your foot, and we're going to get Alana to put all her weight on her right foot, okay, and then just kind of come up on the ball of your foot so your weight's forward, okay. So you should be able to compress that ski there, okay. So that's quite good right there. Okay, let's try that again. So you want to be able to compress that ski, okay. There we go. So here we are testing some non-wax skis. We have Alana, one of our staff, standing on 2 different skis. So basically I picked a 190 centimeter ski and a 198 centimeter ski, and a non-wax ski being that with the fish scales on the bottom. So you're not going to be applying any grip wax. So what I've done here is pick 2 different skis with 2 different flexes to find out which ski suits her height and weight better. So basically, when we test this ski, we still want to use the same flat board that we're going to be using for testing waxable skis. But when you're testing waxable skis, you're going to be using a feeler gauge. We tend to use just basically a slip of paper for doing a non-wax ski, and I'll explain that in a second here. So with a non-wax ski, it's not as technical as with a waxable ski as far as the grip zone goes, but we still want to have a couple of consistent conditions here. So when I slide this piece of paper forward here underneath the ski, and I slide it forward, I basically want to get pretty much a third of the ski off the snow again too, okay? And if we look on the bottom of the ski, you're going to see that grip zone on the bottom of the ski. So you want to try and get that grip zone off the snow or off the board when you're testing it with the paper. So now, if I slide this paper underneath the ski and I slide it forward and I slide it back, you can see basically this is the area that's off the snow, which is not a very long stretch. So if we get Lana just to step off this one ski for a second, okay? So if I take that area now, I flip the ski over, you can see in the grip zone here, the front area, we've almost gotten out of that area with that area being off the board or off the snow. But you can see in the back here that this section here is going to be dragging really badly on the ski. On the snow, so that would kind of indicate that this ski is probably going to be a little bit soft. We will do one more test here. We're going to Lana to put all her weight on the left ski here and just kind of bring the weight up on the ball of your foot. Okay, so that ski, the ski is soft enough for her to compress, but in this situation I would probably say we should go to a little bit of a stiffer ski because she's going to get better glide. Now if this person's going to be skiing in conditions where it's not a set track, it's not machine groomed trails, where the snow is going to be soft and not compressed, this might be the more suitable ski to go with. But if you're going to be skiing on tracks where the snow is packed harder, I would say the ski is going to be too soft. So we're just going to grab a little bit longer ski here. So the forward range on this ski goes to there, and on the back, going right to the back of the foot. So you can see in this one here, the back range on this ski is a little bit better than it was on the first ski. So that indicates that obviously it's a little bit stiffer than that back area. The ski's not going to be dragging on the snow. Okay, so this ski I'd say is probably more suitable than the first pair. Now we're going to get Alana to step. Paper on this side. We're going to get Alana to step on the right foot and going up onto the ball of her foot. You can see lots of pressure on the ski. Same thing on the left foot. Perfect, bang on. That's going to be the right ski for Alana. Okay, so there is a compilation between height, the height of the skier and the length of the ski, but it's more important about the weight of the ski or the weight of the skier on the skis, and you need to do this test to be able to choose the skis properly.